Hello everyone, welcome back to the second part of my tutorial on automating extended crafting. In this part of the tutorial we're going to be looking at integrating your ME system with the extended crafting table and the automation interface. You'll remember last time we talked about how the automation interface itself works and how you can set it up with chests to automate things. So here I've got some crystal tin ingots configured, and if I put the stuff in the chest, you can see the automation interface takes the things and puts it in the right places in the crafting table. And then if I put the right ingredients in there, so the thing I was missing there was diamonds. If I put some diamonds in there as well, it'll craft up the actual crystal tin ingots, and they'll end up in this chest here. Today what we're going to do is hook up our ME system to the crafting table so that we can request things from the ME system. There's two parts to that. The first part, so there you go, you can see it's crafting them now. So the first part of this is how to do something simple like the crystal tin ingots, where they have less than 9 distinct items, and you can just do it directly with a pattern. It's quite easy. And then we'll look at something a bit more complicated where it has more than 9 distinct items and how you would set that up. It's a bit more complicated. So basically, let's get started here. I've got some stuff here in my ME system. The first thing I need to do is set up a pattern for nether star nuggets. So I'll just put that in here. I have a molecular assembler. And the next thing is, let me grab some of these. And so we need to set up our recipe. We need 10 lapis. Oh wait, it's a processing pattern because it's just dumping them into the chest, right? So we need 1, 2, 3, 4 nether star nuggets. We need 2 gold ingots. 2 gold ingots, 4 iron ingots, and 8 diamonds. Is it 8 diamonds? Yeah. I think that's right. And that will give us back a crystal tin ingot. So I have something here that we just made there. Where were we here? That will give us 1 crystal tin ingot. And of course, then we just have to hook up oh yeah, that's right. Hook this up to the chest and tell it to dump items into the chest. Oh, I don't have a crafting thing in creative mode, do I? That's what I need. And I put that there. And the other thing, of course, is we need to get the items out of this chest back into the system. So you could either just have an import function directly onto there, but I'm just going to put it onto the chest. Just because I already have everything set up there. So there we go. And then if we ask for a crystal tin ingot, we can craft one and it'll put it into there for us, just as we expected. Craft it, and there we go. It's in the system. 4. All right, so that's easy. The hard part is how do we do things that have more. So let's have a look. What this is an elite crafting table. What's a recipe that we can do here that needs more than that many items? The ultimate crafting table. All right, so let's have a look at infinity catalyst. What if we wanted to make an infinity catalyst? Yeah. Which has, well, actually that's going to be more than even 2. So let's do something slightly simpler than that. If you have more than 2, if you have more than 9 and you have more than 18, then you can just keep extending this to as many items as you need to make. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's easy. That's a bit too complicated. Okay, let's try endless pearls. So this one, these are non-stackable, right? So we'll have to do that. Yeah, all right. We're going to do endless pearls. Let me come back in a minute. I'm going to add the ingredients that I need to my system here so that we don't have to worry about going through everything and me just adding it. So I'll be right back with when I've put the stuff that I need in the system. All right, we're back. The other thing, so I've set up the system with all the ingredients that I need. I've got solid ender eyes and what else did I need? Ender pearls and all that sort of thing. The other thing I've done is I've manually put the recipe in here, so I have the recipe set up. So let's reset up this guy the way you're supposed to set it up. So we want it to be auto insert from the top chest up here, auto extract to the western chest, which is this one, and we'll turn off smart insert. So now we have all of the recipe set up. All we need to be able to do is dump all of the items needed into this chest. Now, as I said before, so you need 20 of these. 20 of these. Oops, 20. And you need 16 of these. So let's just get the ingredients that we need set up. You need 4 of these. 4, oh, no, not 6. 4 of these. Wow, I'm really bad at this. 4. You need 4 of these. These don't. Oh wait, not these. It's what do you need? Ender star. We need an ender star, and we need solid ender eyes. Solid ender. These guys. See, these don't stack. So we need to have 4 individual ones of these. Where were we? Here. So we need 4 of these. We need an ender star. And wait, is that all we need? So it does fit in 9? Oh no, we need ender shards as well. We need 8 of these. So there you go. It doesn't fit into one 9x9. So what do we do instead? Well, there's a few different ways you can do it, but basically they all come down to having some unique item in here that, so we'll have, I'll just put these back in here for now. So that means we have basically we need 2 grids of 9x9 items that we shove into the chest each. And basically this second list here, we want to have some unique item that it doesn't exist in the system otherwise, but that we set as the output of putting this into the chest. And so the way I'm going to do that, and there's lots of different ways you can do it, but the way I'm going to do that is with an inscriber. So I'm just going to put them, doesn't really matter where you put them. I'm going to put one here and one here. And we'll give it some power. Ooh, I got an achievement, advancement. All right, so we'll give it some power. And then basically what we're going to do is, so if we use a knife, this Certus quartz knife and a iron ingot, then we right click here and we can give these things names. So I'm going to call this Endest 1, and that'll be you. And oh, I should have got more than one piece of iron. And Endest 2, and I'll make that you. So the way we do this then is if we go back to here, I'll move these out of the way. So we say we put an Endest 1 into this crafting bench and we get back an Endest 2 item, and then in this, I just sorted it. That's not what I wanted you to do. I wanted you to duplicate it for me. So we put an Endest 1 in there and we get back an Endest 2. How can I duplicate this thing? Nope, that's still not going to work. All right, I'm going to have to do it like this. Endest 2. And I'll put one of these in there. And let's get a endist star as our output for the second one. So back to what I was saying. We have our grid of 9 items. So we'll say some of these go in there and this one there, and we give it an endist1, which exists fine in the system. But this is that right? Yeah. And then it gives us back an endist2 item. And then we say we take in these 3 items here plus an endist2 item, and it gives us back an endist pearl. Right, so then we say, okay, I'll craft an endist pearl, and the system will take all of we'll say, oh, I need an endist2, so that means I need to use this recipe to put all these things in, and basically we put all of these things into that chest, and somehow we need to make sure that this turns into this, and then we give that back to the system, and it'll say, okay, now I'll put these items into the chest, and it'll give me back an endist2, and then basically we make sure that the endist2 gets turned back into an endist1 for the next recipe. And then this will get crafted by the crafting interface. All right, you got all that? So hopefully it'll become a bit clearer once I start actually doing it. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this up a bit because we're going to need to use some conduits for the items. And I want to make sure they all have they all come out of the same place in the chest because we need to fiddle with, not that one. Fiddle with the priorities a little bit. So we're going to put the chest on top of there, and we're just going to say, insert into here with priority 0 and extract from here. So like I said, we need to get all of these items. Actually, it won't be these inscriber nameplates. It'll be like inscribed iron ingots. So let's just quickly do that. So if we have an endist2 inscriber there, if we put an iron ingot in there, it'll get inscribed and it'll be called endist2, right? So you can see if I have my advanced tooltips on, you can see under NBT, it has a display name endist2. That's the thing that we want to be filtering on. So if we put our endist1 into here and we put an iron ingot into there, then we get endist1 here. So what I'll do, let's get that filtering going. We'll take it out of here and we'll put it there, and we'll insert with a priority of 1. Now you need to filter it with an advanced filter if you're using Ender.io, because the advanced filter, because the normal filters don't match on NBT data. So you've got to be using the advanced filter. And we want the endist1s to go into here, and this thing will, oh wait, not into the top, sorry. Into the side, because you got to put stuff into the side, right? So nothing there. Insert into here. Filter endist1, and this will turn it into an endist2. So the default settings here are fine, match metadata, match NBT. If I put an endist1 into the chest here, it should end up in here where it'll get inscribed back into, so it'll go from endist1 to being called endist2. So we need another import bus here to put it back into the system. We want a bunch of them. So from the front, and any smart cables. Where can okay, I don't need that anymore. So that'll put it back into the system for us. And then the same on this side too. We want an import and back into the system. What was I saying? Yeah, so then we do the other side. We put in the, we put the, I can't aim. That was weird. Yeah. If an endist2 comes in, then we want to filter those into here with priority 1. So endist2, and this will turn them back into endist1s. So if I put that into there, that should go into here, and it'll become an endist1 again. and imported back into the system. All right, that's good. One thing to note here, I had to turn this one upside down so you can see the inscriber plate is on the bottom and here it's on the top. That's because these things, they care about the sides that you insert things into. So you've got to make sure you insert the items into the left side. If you try to insert them into the right, they won't work. So I had to turn it upside down with a wrench. So we have an Endus2. I'm going to turn it into an Endus1 because we don't want any of these in the system right now. All right, so the next thing we've got to do is set up our pattern. So I've already got the pattern set up here for the first one. It's these items here along with an Endus1 ingot, and it gives us back an Endus2 ingot. All right, so if I make that pattern and I put it into the chest with an ME interface. What don't I need? Whatever. And we put the pattern into there. So now what will happen is if I were to craft this guy, an Endus2 craft, you can see all of the items go into the chest. The Endus1 gets put into here and turned into an Endus2. So the crafter thinks it's finished. The rest of the items, they go down into here. Why aren't they going down into here? Oh, I've got some test ones already. Let me get rid of these test ones. Yeah. So they're going down into the chest and being filled up. I may have taken out too many of these. All right. Wait, no, I haven't. There was only 3. Okay. So let me void some of these things that I don't need anymore. Okay. These are taking up too much inventory space. Don't need that. 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 What am I missing there? Oh, wait. I did need one of those. Oh, why did that get named Endus1? Solid Ender Eye. Oh, all right. Because it couldn't. Okay, that was because I had filled up this thing with Endus eyes, and it didn't have anywhere to put them. So it like used the. But it's a whitelist, so it shouldn't be allowed in there. That's confusing. Was that this time around? I don't think that was this time around. That was probably from a previous test. Ignore that. Pretend that didn't happen. So now we have an Endus2 in here. The next thing we need to do is set up a crafting recipe to say with an Endus2 along with another solid Ender Eye and 8 Ender Shards, we get an Endus Pearl. So if I put that into the interface up here, right, and then I ask it to craft an Endus Pearl, you can see it needs an Endus2, which I already have in the system from the last one that I crafted. It'll put all those items into the chest, which will then go into here, which it's already crafted it. The Endus2 will go into here. It'll craft it back into an Endus1 and put it back into the system. So we don't actually care too much about that, and you can see it's made an Endus Pearl. Now if I hang on, let me get rid of that. I don't need this anymore. Now if I just ask it to do an Endus Pearl, so we've got 18, I ask it to craft one. It says it needs all of these items, right? So it needs an Endus1 ingot, which is available. It needs the ingredients that were in the first pattern. It'll craft an Endus2, and then it has the ingredients from the second pattern, the Ender Shards and the other Endus Eye, and it'll craft one of these. So if I say go, you can see everything going into here. You can see it crafting up the, okay, maybe it's too fast for that. But you can see it's putting the items in. Oh wait, it didn't put the item in here. How come that didn't work? Is that the wrong thing? I'm slightly confused about that. So that should have gone into there. Why didn't that happen? And then you can, so when it does finish turning that into an N-2, it'll put the second list of items in and it'll craft it. Let me see if I can figure out why that didn't happen. Did I put the wrong thing in there? N-1. Is that the right filter? The problem with these filters is once you put it there, you can't, there's no like hover, so you can't tell if it's right. Let me put that there, see what happens to it. Did it go into there again? It did. Oh, I didn't up the priority to priority 1. So you could also have a blacklist filter on this thing if you wanted to be 100% sure that the wrong thing will never go in there. That one's priority 1. Let me try that again. Endist 1. So if I ask it to craft another Endist pearl, no CPUs are available. Oh, I forgot to put an import bus back on here. Okay, there we go. So we have 20 of them. So if I ask it to craft another one, it should be working now. It's putting the items into there. It's, I don't know if that's too fast. I hope it's too fast. Looks like it's going. Is it doing this thing now? Oh, it's already done. So yeah, it's got 21 there. All right, so that's working now, and that's pretty much what you need to do. If you have more than 18 items or 16 items, you'll have to do this multiple times, right? So you'll have the same kind of setup where I have 2 patterns here. You'd have to have 3 patterns or 4 patterns if there's even more items. And you basically just have more inscribers to add more items to the pattern. All right, thanks for watching. That was very complicated. I hope that was understandable to all of you. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.